Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Parrott Bros. I'm Dom.
I'm Rob.
And today we are going to be swapping over the headlights and the indicators. Now Rob didn't put them both on the same side. Why was that, Rob?
Well, when I took the nose cone off to do the first one, I put it in the house. I'm working from the front, or the back should I say, and then when I put it back on the car, I'm like, huh, I did the wrong side.
So we were going to show you a before and after on one side versus the other, but you get the gist. So
you can have one of each.
We're taking out the halogen really dim headlights, as you can see, and we did a beam pattern test to show the difference. That's why we wanted to show the difference between the two headlights. Taking out this really energy inefficient halogen and fitting it with an LED headlight.
Yep.
Brighter, uses less power, better in general for visibility.
Yep.
And then we're taking off the ugly extended halogen indicator and swapping it for this beautiful sequential motorbike one. So I mean, you can see the difference. Apart from weight saving and power use, we're getting rid of all of that extra flex, and it's going to flop about. And we're going to fit these motorcycle ones that Rob has purchased. And that is what we're going to be doing today. A bit of DIVA in.
Yep.
Make it a bit neater. So that's the unit that goes inside.
Yep, that is the unit.
And how much are they, Rob?
So, you can buy them on eBay in the UK, and you'll spend about 60-something £60 on them.
For a pair?
For a pair, they range.
That's decent.
Or, if you dabble in a bit of AliExpress,
yeah,
and you don't mind waiting, I don't know, 2 weeks for them.
From the China?
From the China where these come from anyway.
Yeah.
I paid £12 for a pair.
£12 for a pair? Are you joking? How long did it take?
It took 12 days. So they do, on AliExpress...
That is ridiculous.
On AliExpress, they do like 7-day shipment, 12-day shipment, and then like 3-month shipment. If you look at a pair that are 7-day shipment, I got them on offer because I was a new member to their website. They give me a mad discount, and it was like £12 for the pair. And
if people have multiple emails, you can always order one,
yeah,
and then order another one, because they send them singly, don't they?
And they've got...
I mean, you could always order a spare as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, doesn't really matter.
I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
He knows.
I did. I ordered a spare.
And what about these?
They were... Do you know what? They were given to me from someone who ordered 2 pairs from one of the MK
What ones
groups.
are they? Oxford?
I have no idea, mate.
They look like the Oxford ones. They're about between £12 and £20 a pair. I know, because I ordered some for my bike.
Yep.
So that is what we're going to be doing today. The next couple of videos are going to be making it a little bit neater, a little bit nicer. Yep. Added a few little tasteful mods, and also we're going to do a full review of all the modifications that we've done on this car that we didn't order from factory. So if you've got a kit and you want to do some upgrades, we're able to show you where they come from, how they fit and all that kind of stuff. Yep. Or if you're going to be buying a kit and speccing it up, we're going to cost you a fortune.
We are indeed. And just to clarify, these are 5 3/4 inches. There is 7 inches, so be careful if you do order them on AliExpress. The 7-inch ones, they won't fit in your standard MK headlights.
So basically measure before buying.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Right, should we jump into some work?
Yeah, let's get stuck in.
Let's go.
So with these headlights, guys, there is 2 screws that hold the bezel on with the bulb in. So what you have to do is you have to turn your headlight. Obviously be careful of your bodywork, and just remove these 2 sort of lock-in screws. So we'll get these off, and then we can have a look at what's on the inside.
And do you have to hold the face of it when you're undoing the second one, or does it not fall off?
No, it's got like a locating pin, shall we say, like a tab.
Oh, okay, so it won't just fall out, and the glass won't fall out.
No, and the glass is actually held in with some metal pins. So once you've got that done, then you just sort of pull from the bottom, and then it will just slip off. So see these little tabs?
Oh, okay, yep.
And then
they're
obviously
like
that's
slightly raised.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that's obviously where you fix it. This is just a standard H4 bulb.
Oh, nice.
So it's got like the connector, and then you can just pop out the old sort of 501 side light bulb.
Side light, yeah.
So what we need to do with this one is now, I don't know if you can get a close-up.
Of course I can.
See these 4 metal clips?
Yep.
We just have to pop them out. So we'll take you to the bench, and we'll show you how you get these out. Working on our lovely bench, get yourself a nice little flathead screwdriver. And these metal pins, you sort of have to just prise them out like that. Once you get one side out, they come out. So you just sort of push on it, and it pops out. So they're easier to get out than they are to put in.
I was going to say, that was my next question. I bet they are an absolute swine to put in. Do you know they're the same clips that hold Grandad's glass into his conservatory greenhouse. Yeah.
So there you go. That's the old bulb.
What's the weight on it? Are we doing some weight save?
Oh, we could do. I don't think we're going to save any weight, to be honest. I think the other ones are heavier. So we'll add in weight as always. So if we get the other one, it's on the bench behind Dom.
Yep.
So you've got the two fronts of the lights. And then the backs of the lights. Obviously you can see where the side light goes into.
Of course, that's your H4 versus your H4 there.
Yep.
And then that's your side light pair.
Well, no.
Oh.
It's not. So one of them, if you want to be a bit snazzy, could be an indicator.
Oh, it's a dual colour LED?
Yeah, so it's an orange.
Snazzy.
But we haven't got a cable in our headlight to run the LED.
Okay, so the other one's just a pos for
the other one's a pos for the side light, so the ring.
Yep.
And then the other one, if you wanted to, it would flash in between indicator and side light.
Oh,
but we're not going to run them. Not just yet anyway. Maybe in the future. But
yeah, but our loom is fixed. So
our loom is fixed. So unless it goes back to Simtech and they want to do some adaptations and get the cable up there. But for now, I'm not going to temperament with it. But yeah, so this is quite a nice, easy fix. Obviously, you've got your top, the bottom. So make sure when you're putting it in with the two screws that you get them the right way round. Obviously, there is some movement in there when you get it on. And then basically, these clips, they just push in. They're a bit hard. You can get one side in, and then you just sort of... You have to sort of like push it. It's a bit tricky. And to be honest, I don't know how I did it on my own.
Yeah, it does look a little bit fiddly. I'd love to help you, but I've got two hands busy here.
It's not horrendous.
Nah, they are just fiddly.
But obviously make sure it's in there's like a recess.
Yeah.
And when you get them in, it does like equal out, because obviously these push in. So yeah, let's get this one in. So get one side under.
And then yeah, push the other side
push
down.
Push it down, and then you're able to sort of like... It is tricky. Use your thumb most of the way, and then get your screwdriver in there for the last little bit. And you want the 4 opposite corners, because then that will equal it out. So yeah, like you got one side in, and then just push down with your thumb. To be fair, that was actually quite easy. And then you want to make sure you are centre, so you can turn it quite easy. Make sure that that is lined up with your centre hole. Then we've got the last clip to pop in. This is quite an easy sort of fix modification if you do get them from AliExpress for like even like 20 quid, bargain. Such a nice clean.
I mean, arguably, even for 60 quid, if it's going to make the road better. I know for a fact on our TT or any other car, you'll spend 30 quid on night breaker bulbs. I mean, if you had to upgrade your headlights, you'd be a few hundred quid in, so not a bad one.
Yeah, so yeah, 60 quid. I'm sure MK sell like approved ones or something. I'm not really too sure, but these do have like the little E-stamp in them, so they are pretty good.
Legit.
Obviously, I'm not sure about if you run a halogen. For IVA, you have to have a wiper for it. So that's why these are sort of like an after IVA.
Yeah.
All right, so then when it comes to electrics, ours are simple, because obviously I've tested it. But I know on a standard MX5 loom, they switch the earth. So then it's a bit more trickery. So we're not going to tell you how to wire it. Ours just plug in. You're going to have a little look into that and see how you get it wired. But I know some people have done it, so if you ask on a few of the forums or just on any of the MK WhatsApp groups or anything, I'm sure someone will help you with that. But yeah, ours just plug in for that way. And then the only thing we have to do is cut the live of the side light and put a male crimp on it, so it goes in the female. So I'll just get some crimps and then we'll come back to you. All right, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to cut this. I always leave a little bit of length on what you're taking off, just in case you ever have to go back to it. So just give it a little bit. That can go back in the old headlight and that can be reused at a later date. If not, it can go in the bin. So we're just going to strip this and we're going to put a through crimp on. What I might do is show you guys the indicator working, because I can do it on, I can light it up orange just to show you. Obviously it won't flash, but I can just show you the ring. Because it's an easy, nice little spade connector. And a trusty crimper. And then obviously the earths, it's just an earth, but I'm going to just make it safe and I'm going to put it in a through crimp. Just so then it doesn't interfere with any of the other cables, it's just protected.
Should you want to put it onto anything at a later date, it's ready to go.
It is indeedy. Little tug test. We're all good.
We love a tug test.
So now, I can't remember which one was which, but I'm guessing...
We'll find out in a second.
I'm thinking the green one was the indicator.
Yeah, normally.
So let's have a little look at this. We'll just rest it on for now. Obviously, I just want to show you the indicator.
Ah, simple as that, eh?
Yep, nice. That's what I'm saying. It's a nice, easy fix.
Yep, we got orange.
There you go. So
L'orange.
obviously, if you did wire that into your indicator circuit...
Turn it on and off, just so we can get an idea of how bright it is. Yeah, it's bright.
But yeah, obviously we're not going to run with an orange side light, so we're going to take it back off and put it into the other one. But yeah, the joys of having these spade connectors, it just makes for light work. And then it's fully removable at a later date. Just push that up so all your electrical bits are covered. And there you go.
And there's plenty of space in there at the back to push them cables.
Yeah,
so.
plenty of space. It's not really any deeper. This little thing here, it's a valve, and it's got a little piece of paper in. So if it does fog up, that's meant to take the moisture out. And I had them on my Westfield. It worked pretty well.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so if you ever do get them fogging up, check you've got that in there. Take it out, dry it out, put it back in. Easy fix.
Oh, nice. Good tip.
Good tip. But yeah, so that just sits on, pushes on, and obviously...
You pop your 2 screws back in and you're good.
Well, yeah, let's just check the old the headlight centre. It's probably somewhere there, but we can obviously, we can twist it a little bit when it's on.
Yeah. That looks good to me.
Now you just need to try and line up your...
And I shall insert a picture now of the beam pattern difference between the halogen headlight and the LED headlight. It makes a mad difference, doesn't it?
Oh, it's amazing. And I tell you what, when I had them on my Westfield and I used them at night, wow, like...
You actually have lights.
You actually can see where you're going.
Rather than having 2 candles.
Whereas I found before, with the standard lights, yeah, it is very dim.
I mean, this is such a simple mod. It takes, what, half an hour if you've got the right connections?
Yeah, if you've got the right bits and that, it doesn't take long at all.
Dead simple.
And then all we need to do in a minute, in the dark, just
level it up.
Level it up, make sure it's straight. But yeah, see like that, guys, you can just give it a little tweak. So you can just tweak it to where you need to be. But we can do that in a bit with the dark. But yeah, that is phase 1 complete. Now we're going to have to whip the nose cone off and take off the old indicator. But yeah, this is the new one. Look at that. You bump it, you hit it, it's not going to damage your nose cone. I wouldn't even want to flex that because
I was about to say it's rigid as, isn't it?
That's going to rip the nose cone straight out. But yeah, we'll get this off and we'll show you what we do with that. First things first, we've got to remove the nose cone. Now, there's many ways of fixing your nose cone. I know we spoke about it before, but this is by far the easiest way. So we've got 2 pins in here that we can show you afterwards, but then we got this plate. So what they say is to have a bolt in here, but how are you going to get to it? It's a nightmare. So we've got this metal plate, and there's a plate behind, and there's riv nuts in. So we literally use 2 M4 screws in these 2 holes, and that fixes that part. And then obviously we've got the Z plate at the bottom. And also this hole, that bolt is just holding the plate on the inside. So if you look, it's not even got screws in, but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Just for that extra little bit. So rather than getting your hand in there to try and undo it, we've just got these 2 little plates.
Like a fail-safe almost.
Yeah. And then it literally, obviously I've already got the bolts underneath undone.
Yep.
But there you go. And then that.
And you'd already unplugged it.
Yeah, already unplugged it. That's our Z plate that bolts onto the bottom of the car, and then that just secures the nose cone. I know obviously that sort of stuff should have been done a long time ago, but it's just nice to show you these new little things. Yeah, so we'll whip this indicator off and then we'll show you what we've got to do. So we've just cut our cables, they were just soldered on. Obviously we can show you that in a minute when we put our new one on. But yeah, just get this undone. I think I might actually need to trim them a little bit more. Ooh, we have to drill the nose cone.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is the new hole slightly larger?
Yeah, it is. So that's the old one, and obviously that's that. That just goes through and you can just solder it on. If anyone wants these, we'll put them up for sale. Nah, just drop us a message because we're done with these now. So if we can help someone out, just cover postage and we'll get them sent out to you.
So what have we got to do to put the new ones in then? Apart from do some wiring.
So the old hole was an 8mm. The new hole is a 10mm. So we need to drill the nose cone. Pretty scary, I know. I'll get a drill bit, and we'll go for it. Always use fiberglass. Always use tape whenever drilling fiberglass. I find it stops it chipping. So we've got our hole taped. We've got our 10mm drill bit.
Nice sharp one, or a blunt one?
No, it is sharp, but normally you'd want a blunt one. I'm going to go backwards first, and then forward.
Too easy.
Yep. Well, it was already an 8mm hole.
MK to give it a blow.
We did have a little bit of a chip, but I'm hoping that this will cover it.
And it's at the bottom as well, so.
Yeah. So I think, to be honest, it was already loose because I knocked into it at some point.
Ah. Easily done, isn't it? That's the problem.
It
it's
is.
So like elephant's ears.
Yeah, so obviously with your new one, take your bolt off first before you poke it through the hole.
We should go without saying, but
yeah,
we've all done it.
And then just cover it. Oh, yeah. You can see the tiniest.
If you were laying down on the floor looking up.
Yeah. So let's lay it back on its front, and we can see where we're at. Now the biggest battle with this is trying to get your indicator centralised, because obviously you think it's facing forward but it's not. So what we'll have to do is I'll have to turn the nose cone over, and I'll get my lovely assistant to tell me if I'm in the right place or not.
It's not in a bad position, to be fair.
So then you just want to tighten it up.
Oh. Can you hold it this side as well as?
I'm trying to hold the thread.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fine.
Is it moved or is it all right?
Yeah, I think it's all right. Oh, yeah. Wibbly wobbling.
All right, that's pretty tight now. Does that look pretty?
Yeah, have a spin round, see what you think. Looks all right to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Alrighty then. So if you just pan in on this one that we did earlier, Dom.
Spin it around. Yep.
What I've done is obviously you've got quite a lot of length on the cable. So I've cut it down, I've cut the sheathing down, and I've just cable tied it. And then we've done a solder joint with some heat shrink, and then I've literally just used some super glue just to hold them onto the nose cone. Because if you ever need to get them off, you can just peel it off.
And then you've got some nice cable clips all the way around.
Yep.
To the plug.
To the plug. Which in time I probably will shorten, so then you ain't got all the length.
Yeah, but for the time being.
For the time being, I just need to get the new pins. But yeah, so what we can do now is we'll go ahead and we'll cut this, and then when we're at the soldering point, we'll come back to you. That's a nice soldered joint. Obviously, don't forget to put your heat shrink on. So I've tucked it as far back as you can get, because obviously that does heat up and you don't want it to shrink before you put it on. So get your two cables stripped like that. And this is how I've always done a solder joint. Hold one end. I don't know if Dom's going to be able to sort of show you this. But
yeah, we're sort of getting it.
You just sort of twist it round, and it should sort of interlink itself and hold itself. and give you enough chance for you to get a solder joint on, like solder it. These are really thin cables.
Yeah, I was going to say they're like, that doesn't look like it worked very well. It's alright.
And then with your soldering iron, when you're up to temperature, I always hold it, obviously teaching you to suck eggs, because some people, oh, don't burn yourself.
I was about to say, start with safety.
So hold it at the end, and then literally just feed some soldering it to it. Once it's heated up the cable, it should just flow. So can you just see that going?
Yep, just hit tin in.
And obviously do it all the way along, because then you know you've got a good soldered joint.
Let it cool down, give it a tug test. General tug test, of course. There you go.
There you go. We'll let that cool down. We'll give it a little tug test. And then if you've got a heat gun, pull your heat shrink back over and use a heat gun. If not, a lighter or something like that. But heat gun's definitely the best for it. And then we can get the nose cone refitted, plug it in and test it. And then we should see all our new lights. Well guys, everything is fitted. Fingers crossed it all works. We haven't actually tested it yet, have we? So
nope.
We've wired it up. I'm just going from the same as the opposite sides. So we'll start with the indicators. Are they working?
Yep, they're working.
Cool, so they look good. Much better. And then we'll turn them off. And then we've got side lights.
Yep.
Dip beam.
Yep.
Full beam.
Yep, right, let me just turn the camera down. Right, go on, start again, go through them.
So you've got side light.
Yep.
Dip beam.
Yep.
Full beam.
Lovely.
And a cheeky little flash.
Oh, very nice.
There we go. So yeah, that's a nice easy fix. That's probably only taken us about an hour or so to do them. Obviously we've already done one of our sides, so if you give yourself a couple of hours, and that's some nice little mods, and it should make you see a bit better and stop you running into your nose cone with your legs.
Yes, it is a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
A lot more modern, especially with the ring lights rather than those crappy little 501s or whatever they were.
Yeah, so I don't mind running around with them as like a day-to-day basis, like a daytime running light, but it's not. It's just that extra little bit of being seen.
Yeah, yeah, they're definitely brighter.
Yeah. But yeah, stay tuned, guys, because we've got some more modification / DIVA videos coming up.
No hinting?
No hinting.
No hinting.
But yeah, stay tuned and we'll catch you on the next one. See you soon, guys.
Bye for now.